Hi everyone, this is Miss Bess and I'm so excited to be working with you today. Today we're going to go over some long vowel patterns, sight words, read a new story together, and then go over the practice sheet that you'll be working on independently later on. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can follow along with our spelling patterns and sight words. All right. So the first thing we're going to go over is some silent E words that we learned about in our story yesterday. All right. Our story today is called Amazing Snakes. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over some silent E words. These are words that were in our story yesterday. Summer fun at Duke Park. What's this word, guys? Great job. That's the word cute. See if you can figure out the next word. That's right. That's the word tune. This is our last words. Tell me if you remember what it is. Perfect. That's the word rides. All these words have a vowel, a consonant, which is a letter that's not a vowel, and then an E, except for rides, which has the S at the end. That E makes the vowel say its name. We're going to talk more about spelling patterns that match these for different vowel sounds. First, we're going to go over long O. Long O is going to be spelled O consonant E. It's going to make the O say its name, like in the word bone. Say it with me, bone. Let me hear you say it. Great job. Our example sentence says, the dog likes to play with his bone. Read it with me. The dog likes to play with his bone. Great job. Let's look at our next spelling pattern. Our second spelling pattern is a long I sound. It's going to be spelled I consonant E. The I is going to say its name as well. For example, the word bites. Say it with me, bites. Let me hear you say it. Fantastic. Our example sentence says, be careful, he may bite you. Say it with me, be careful, he may bite you. Good job. Our next spelling pattern is for the long U sound. That's going to be a U consonant E. It's going to make the U say its name, or it might make it say ew instead. Our example word is the word June. Go ahead and say it with me, June. Let me hear you say it. Great job. Our example sentence says, next month will be June. Read it with me. Next month will be June. Great job. Our final pattern is long A. It's going to be spelled A consonant E. The A is going to say its name. For example, in the word case. Say it with me, case. Let me hear you say it. Great job. Our modeling sentence says, put the bat back in the case. Say it with me, put the bat back in the case. Great job. We're going to work on some sight words next. I'm going to show you a sight word, and I'm going to wait 3 seconds before I say the word. In this 3 seconds, if you know the word, go ahead and say it out loud. If you don't know the word, just wait with me and say it with me or after me, okay? Ready? Things. Little. Sand. cannot. Let's say all those sight words again, one more time. Things, little, sand, cannot. Great job. We're going to stop with our PowerPoint, and I'm going to switch back to a full screen. While we're in full screen, we're going to practice spelling one of our sight words, and then we're going to read our story together. All right, our sight word that we're spelling today is the word little. I'm going to spell it on my tray. All right. What we're going to do today is we're going to mix and fix our spelling word, our sight word we're spelling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point to each letter. We're going to spell it out. We're going to underline and say the word, mix it up, and put it back in order. L-I-T-T-L-E, little. Let's mix and fix it. Make sure I don't lose a letter. What's the first letter in the word little? L, great job. Little. What's our next letter? Fantastic. Little. T, great job. What comes after the T in the word little? Good job. Double T. Little. L. Wonderful. And our last letter? T. Great. Let's spell it together. Say the word and mix it one more time. Ready? L-I-T-T-L-E. Little. Let's mix and fix. Stop. Let's spell it out. Comes first, and the word little. Great job. Little. What is our second letter? I. Wonderful. Little. Our next letter? Great job. What comes after our T? Little. A second T. Way to go. Little. L. Little. And then E at the end. Let's spell it out, say the word, and then start our story. Ready? L-I-T-T-L-E. Little. Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen with you again so that we can read our story together. Before we read, we're going to look at the cover and decide if this is going to be a fiction book or a nonfiction book. So what do you think? Do you think this book is fiction or nonfiction? Do you think this book is about made-up things or real things? You said nonfiction or real things. You're right. We're going to be learning information and seeing some nonfiction text features. Our book is titled Amazing Snakes. What makes a snake a snake? Snakes are reptiles. They are in the same family as lizards and crocodiles. Like lizards and crocodiles, snakes have backbones and scales, but snakes are different because they do not have legs. Snakes are legless. If a snake has no legs, how can it go from here to there? A snake uses scales on its underside to glide in a wave-like pattern. Can you see the scales on the underside of this snake? Can you see the snake's side-to-side track as it slivers over the sand? Do you think a snake's skin feels slimy? It has been said that a snake must feel wet, like slime, but that is not the case. Snake scales do not feel wet at all. Snakes shed their skin. Every snake sheds its skin. When a snake sheds, it stops eating for a day or two and hides in a safe spot. The snake's top skin separates from the skin underneath it. The top skin splits and the snake slivers from it. This is a snake skin after it has been shed. What do snakes eat? Snakes eat animals like rats and moles. They feed on insects and eggs too. Can you see the snake eating an egg? Snakes cannot bite or rip up what they eat, so they must consume what they eat completely whole. Can you still see the egg? Big snake, little snake. The globe is home to over 2,000 different snakes. They come in every size. The little snakes are about the same length as your hand. Big snakes can be as long as a truck. Snakes and us. Lots of us do not like snakes because we think that they are slimy or that they will bite us. Snakes feel the same way about us. Snakes just hope that they will be left alone. The next time you think about snakes, think about the fact that they are legless reptiles that can shed their skin and eat things whole. They can be as little as your hand or as long as a truck. Snakes are interesting. In fact, they are amazing. So that's the end of our story, and we're going to go over what you're going to be doing independently. For this story, I would like you to skip day 1, and we're going to skip a section in day 2. I'm going to go over and model how you would do day 3. So you're going to start with day 2. Day 2 says text features. Draw a rectangle around as many boldface headings as you see. Circle as many captions as you see. If you are doing this on a loose leaf of paper, you can make a list, number 1, and copy down the boldface headings that you see, and then by number 2, write down the captions that you see. Boldface headings are headings that are darker than the rest of the text, and headings are usually at the top of the page or the section that you're reading. Captions are words that describe pictures put into sentences. So you're going to have to look around the pictures to find captions. We're going to skip the second part of day 2 and move on to day 3. Day 3 says, spell the words in the sound boxes. There will not always be a sound to fill every box in the grid. I'm going to model not the first word, but the second word with you in just a moment. Day 3 continued. You're going to read the text out loud with proper phrasing, then answer each question in a complete sentence. Underline the evidence for your answers in the text and draw a line to the question it answers. If you're doing this on a loose piece of paper, you don't have to underline or draw lines to anything. You just write down one and then write it in a complete sentence. When you write with a complete sentence, you have to make sure there's capital letters, make sure there's spaces in between your words, and that you are using punctuation at the end. So having a period, question mark, or exclamation point. Since we're answering a question, it will most likely have a period. Our first question says, how big can a snake be? You're going to use the passage that says, the globe is home to over 2,000 different snakes. They come in every size. The littlest snakes are about the same length as your hand. Big snakes can be as big as a truck. So you're going to answer in a complete sentence. Number 2 says, how little can a snake be? Number 3 says, how many different kinds of snakes are there? Number 4 asks, did you underline the evidence in the text, yes or no? You can skip number 4 if you are doing it on a loose leaf piece of paper. I'm going to stop sharing the screen with you, and we are going to go over how to do day 3. So I have written down what it kind of looks like for an example of each question. The first one said we're going to use the sound boxes to write down all the sounds that we hear in a word. So what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to say the word. I chose the second word, the word globe. So I'm going to say the word globe and listen to each sound after I say it slowly. Globe. Globe. I'm going to write each sound I hear in the box, starting at the one farthest away. With my first sound, globe. G, globe. L, O, B. My E is silent, so I'm going to pair it in the same box as my B. You're going to keep doing that for all the words. Our second part says we're going to answer the questions and complete sentences. I'm going to model the first one. It says, how big can a snake be? If I go back and read, the globe is home to over 2,000 different snakes. They come in every size. The littlest snakes are about the same length as your hand. Big snakes can be as big as a truck. The question asked me, how big can they be? This book said snakes can be as big as a truck. And then I'm going to check my sentence to make sure I have capital letter, period, and spaces between each of my words. You're going to do that for 2, 3, and if you're using a separate piece of paper or a board like I am, I'm going to skip number 4. All right, guys, I've had so much fun working with you today, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a great day.